What's going on, everybody? Bowman 1951 here, fresh off a quarantine haircut. I think that's the best I can do. Speaking of quarantine, I've watched a lot of videos from other parts of YouTube in regards to people reacting to the very first video they made. So I had a few videos out prior to my card collecting, but I've been into this almost 3 years now, and I want to go back and react on camera. I haven't gone to actually look at the video. I sort of remember what it's about. I believe it was a vintage lot I purchased that I wanted to show off, and this would be some good laughs. I hope a lot of other people in the card community pick up on this as well. It'll be fun for people to go back, even if it's a year ago or 10 years ago, however long you've been doing this. It'd be a lot of fun to see how novice you were and what it was like to record that very first video. Let's head on over to the big screen now and take a look at that and see my reaction. All right, so here we go. It is called PSA Baseball Card Pickups from the end of 2017, so I was a little bit wrong in terms of what I was going to be showing here. This is my first, obviously, grabs from eBay for PSA graded cards. I had known about them for about 3 to 4 months at this point, and I was excited just to get them up on YouTube and show them off. So let's see what they are. Wow, look at that. Incredible editing.
Good morning, YouTubers.
All right, so first off, this was recorded on my living room floor. The background is actually a, what do you call those? They're like a frost shield for a car. And I thought it would make a big, big enough background, a black border, so it would show off the cars nicely. My tripod that I was using was actually a solo cup that I sliced off the bottom, flipped it upside down, and slid my phone in there because I had no idea what a tripod was at that time. I think I went and searched them a few weeks later just to get something a little more sturdy, but I knew that would hold it in place, and I wanted to try that out. So I go in here on what cards are in the background. I mentioned that Tom Brady, my best friend, had just given me that for Christmas, so I think I recorded this around Christmas time of 2017. The Schmitty there was a eBay pickup. I am still trying to complete the full run of the Topps for Mike Schmidt. And then Warren Spahn was a great deal I found on the Facebook Marketplace around the time that I recorded this video. I think I got it for like 40 bucks. It's a PSA 6.
Warren Spahn from
Yep.
1956 Topps there. Spahn's one of my favorite players just with his Boston connection. I live right outside of Boston, so I hope to...
It's a nice group of cards we've got going on here.
Collection of the Spahns.
For not having a lot back 3 years ago in PSA form, I might have had 10 at most if it was a little less than that. But I'm about to show some of those off that will equal the 10.
Share some of those with you, and again, this is my first video, so hopefully everything goes smoothly. I'm kind of testing out how everything's going to look. I've got an iPhone 8 that I'm recording on, so...
Still have the same iPhone 8. Although this looks terrible because all the sunlight was coming in the living room window. Oh, I do still have this, although that is not a holiday rookie. I was wrong about that.
He passed away in a horrible plane crash.
That was right after that happened, I believe. Summer of 2017, if I'm not mistaken.
So I was glad to add that to my collection, and rest in peace, Roy. Next up, I'm going mainly vintage from here on out. So that was one of my only recent modern cards. I also picked up a David Ortiz rookie too.
Again, not a rookie.
The next up is 1961.
Still have this Ernie Banks.
Ernie Banks MVP card, near mint 7.
Miscut.
But, unfortunately, it's a little miscut.
Wow, I knew what that term was back then. The MC. I probably had to research that.
With little 50s now. We've got
still collecting vintage, any Red Sox that I can in PSA form. High grade if I can. 7 out of 1959 is fairly high grade. It's a bit off center from what I can tell. I would not have recognized that back in the day, but those corners are sharp.
Share with me. I collect commons, stars, you name it. I will take a look at it.
Don't buy as much vintage anymore, unfortunately.
All right, so not really a modern card, but still one of my favorites, and it's probably one of the
still have the Bob Gibson. I am building a 1975 set.
Sets that I like to collect is the 1975 Topps. This is a Bob Gibson.
About a third of the way through, I think, at this point.
Good looking card there. Well
You
centered.
can see the living room window light coming in there on the card. That's
got
so
this one
bad.
here.
Long
This
before
is
my
a no-name
professional
player,
lighting
Mike
kit.
Borgman. Another 1975
I
Topps.
think this one is still sitting on
This one's bad.
ComC.
So I don't know how well you can see this.
I bought it for
in
$1
terms of
for my
keys and
LCS.
everything. It
Trying to
almost
flip
looks
it.
perfect, and I can see why somebody would have submitted it to PSA because they were probably expecting at least a 7, if not an 8 out of this card.
Ooh, I don't know if that would be an
So
8.
I had in a Facebook PSA group,
See some issues on the
I
top
had
corner
a
there.
thread one night called Guess the Grade of this card, and probably
I have not seen that in those PSA groups recently, the Guess the Card game that they used to play.
But what we figured out was that there is a scratch here on the upper right.
Is there?
It's
Oh,
kinda
that's
hard to see
not
with the
focused
naked
in.
eye, but if I got the looper, I was definitely able to spot
Wow,
it.
I even had a
It was
jeweler's loop back
probably
then.
a crease as well.
Thought I knew what I was doing.
So this really considerably dropped. So next up, we've got a 1974 Topps Joe Morgan.
Still have that card.
Really cheap card. Comes in a near mint 7.
I was really
Had
into
to
picking
find
up
a
Hall
good
of
deal on
Fame,
eBay for this.
you know, mid-career
He
kind of
gets
cards
hooked
back
on
then
live as
for
an announcer, but
$10,
I
$15
played
on
with
eBay.
him, when he was on Sunday Night Baseball, and I kind of missed the guy, so had to.
I always like Joe Morgan. I know a lot of people don't.
Grab me one of his.
As an announcer, that is. Never saw him play.
So this one here, not really anybody knows.
This card I
I was
recently
just
sold
happy
on
to get
eBay after
a,
like a year and a half of being up there.
60s and a 9, so
I was
it's a
so
mint
happy
9.
to have a
This
mint
is
9
just
out
a
of late
stars,
60s
Dale
cards.
Leonard and Dave
It was
Davis.
really tough to get rid of though because it's an OPG.
Like I said, I like to collect commons as long as they're high grade.
I don't think I realized how, you know, very few people collect those OPGs when I bought this. Hence why it was so cheap.
Next up, 1956, Chico Carrasco.
I think I sold this card
Near
too.
mint 7, but it is miscut. I love the.
That is a
56
mark,
set.
Bowman.
Grab
A
as
mark,
many as
not
I can,
miscut.
55s.
MK versus
Yeah,
MC.
finding it very
Come on now.
pricey, and I'm just happy to find anything in a 7 or above. And I also got a good deal on this card, so I couldn't pass it up.
You got a good deal because it has a mark on it.
Going backwards just a little bit.
I still have this card,
Backwards
Jack
through the rest of the
Detmer.
remaining cards here.
54
This is
Bowman.
54 Bowman, Jack Dittmer.
Dittmer. Yes, I can say it right on
Setting was
camera.
great. I didn't see a lot.
Ah,
wrong
that
with
glare
this
is
card.
driving me nuts.
So it's in pretty good shape. And I was happy with it from the pictures and just figured I'd grab it. I don't think I owned any 54 Bowman at the
Still
time.
don't have a lot.
Back when I grabbed this, I have picked
Might
up
have a few
few
raw. This is my only graded copy.
ungraded cards, commons, at my local card show the last few weeks.
Yeah, I was buying those raw 54s.
And obviously, everybody's either famous set or most famous set of all is the 1952 Topps. Now, I'm going to grab as many of these as I can.
Oh man, I wish I would get back into 52
I
Tops.
know there are a ton of
I
bidders
probably
out
got
there
about
that
10
would
graded or
be
so.
sold,
Many of those came from the 2018 National.
You know, I will get them
But,
here and there.
just
I
haven't
only own
Gone after them
5
since then because I'm really focused on the 51 Bowman set, obviously for graded. And I'm also building the 75 and slowly the 71. Both of those mostly ungraded.
Jim Wilson. I'm actually surprised it wasn't a miscut, but since it was graded so poorly.
Well, that was before I realized you could put non-qualifiers on PSA cards.
Happy with that purchase.
That would have been like a 4 OC, maybe.
Another one of my 52 Topps. Clyde McCullough.
I think I got these all in a lot, if I'm not mistaken.
You can see the
Very low grade.
dents in the
1.5 here.
So it's definitely graded properly. I don't really care what kind of grade I get.
No.
on these cards, as long as
I still
own
don't
them.
own 52 Tops.
have them, like
It's so
collecting.
amazing just to own them.
So everybody, thanks for watching.
That's gonna be it.
Videos in the future. And
8-minute video or so.
Please subscribe.
Please subscribe. I've only got like 5 of you right now.
As soon as I
Please.
get my PSA submission in, which will probably be right around.
Oh, that was a fun video.
3 is
What a
in.
learning curve I had going on there with that PSA submission.
Collection, that we've got going on of Brady's. I put in with 2 other guys for a total of 101 cards, I believe we put in. And I think a quarter of them are
Shout out to my
Brady's,
wife's cousin Brian.
like Rob Gronkowski. So really hoping to share that
I
video
think I
in the
just sold the
future.
Gronkowski
And, stay
PSA
tuned.
10. I
Thanks
came
for
back on
watching.
that order. GoPro Splice. I still use Splice as my editing.
Hey!
we're gonna skip over the ad here. All right, well, that's gonna about do it. That was a ton of fun. Everybody had to start somewhere. Didn't have any of the equipment that was needed, but all I wanted to do was show off my card to the world. And about almost 300 views later, many of you have seen that video. Not many of you, actually. If a video of mine I put out now gets only 300 views, I think of it as more of a disappointment. Get 300 views on that first video that I put out here to welcome me to the card community was a lot of fun. Definitely holds true to my heart. So we'll see you at the next video. Bowman 1951 out!